Hi everyone, my name is Nicole Smith with Heal the Nation. We have asked you all to share your stories with us, so it's only fair that we share our stories with you. In order to make sure I don't miss anything, I'm going to kind of read a little bit just the way we read your stories, okay? So again, Nicole Smith. Hi everybody. All right. So who is Nicole Smith? The best way to get to know who I am is for me to tell you a little bit of information about where I come from. I was born into a large extended family. Both of my parents have 7 siblings in a rather tight-knit family. I was raised in one of the rougher neighborhoods of Chicago, Englewood. I lived in a 3-generational home led by the matriarch Catherine Smith, fondly known as Honey. My grandmother was the architect of everything that I became. She instilled in me a strong work ethic and a sense of integrity and individuality. My grandmother taught me that education was the key to a secure future and that family should always be a priority. I watched her work 2 and 3 jobs to provide for us, as did a number of others in the family. My Aunt Pat made sure that I had a strong foundation in God, making sure that I went to church and Sunday school, a habit that I carried into adulthood, even taking a bus to church on my own as a young person. As a child in Englewood, I saw many things, from fights to rape and murder, even being propositioned to join a gang. Luckily, I had the mindset to say no to the many requests to join a gang or tribe, as some called them. I remember having a fight on numerous occasions for petty things and wondering why things were the way they were. I noticed how in our neighborhoods the store owners didn't look like me, but in other neighborhoods they owned their own stores and didn't care to have people that looked like me in them. My grandmother motivated us to make good grades, as she said school was my job and paid us according to our grades, such as $10 for an A, $8 for a B, 5 for a C, and 2 for a D. Of course, for F, that was a whooping. This helped me to equate education with income, as I definitely wanted all A's. I was raised almost like siblings with my aunts and uncles on my mother's side, as we were close in age. This persisted into adulthood, as my family is the largest portion of my friend group. My mother did marry a military man, which eventually provided me with what I see now as an opportunity to travel and live in other countries such as Guam and Japan. When I was 10 or 11 years old, my grandmother's house burned down 2 days after Christmas, which prompted my exit from Englewood and a move to Texas with my mother. I should note that I never wanted to leave my grandmother, as she was the sun and moon to me. I literally believe my grandmother walked on water. A year and a half later, I came back and noticed the decline of my neighborhood, and even more the next time I came to visit, at which point I made it my life's goal to come back and make a positive and lasting change in the community. I became the eldest of 18. My mother has 8 left surviving children, and my father has 10 other children. As the eldest, I felt the need to set an example for my siblings and to make my mother's life easier. As such, when I moved in at the age of 11, there were 6 of us living with my mother, and I assured her that I could handle the house while she went to nursing school. This prompted my first business endeavor, babysitting and house cleaning. The way I could create a demand for this was by cooking, cleaning, and helping with homework, so that all the parents had to do was get dressed and leave, and I could watch multiple children at a time. Funny story was in 8th grade, one of my teachers asked me if I was a drug dealer because of the amount of money I usually had. But at that time, I had 3 people in class that worked for me. So I asked them to raise their hands. I said, "Hey, who works for me?" So they raised their hands. The teacher just laughed and said, "Well, I apologize and keep up the good work." A nurturer by nature, I became like a second mom to my siblings, assisting them even after I got married right after graduating high school. Unfortunately, that didn't last, but I have 3 beautiful headaches plus 1 from it. I completed degrees and training in business accounting, information systems, project management, and computer forensics, culminating in PhD studies in accounting. I also joined the military at the age of 19, where I had a life-changing event. I was diagnosed with lupus and a few other things, and I was told that I had at best 3 years to live. I didn't subscribe to the doctor's diagnosis, but it did give me a greater sense of urgency about life and reaching my goals. Although I completed a lot of schooling, my success is measured in what I can help others accomplish. I help others as a teacher, having taught everything from daycare to university, and as a business consultant through which I help people to start and grow businesses. As a tribute to my grandmother, I started the Catherine Smith Foundation, which serves at-risk populations in various ways, from youth programs to supporting other nonprofits with free consulting services or workshops, and referrals to help those with criminal backgrounds to provide for themselves and their families. My greatest joy comes from helping people to achieve things they didn't think were possible. While working at a community college, I worked with a career bridge program where I worked with a wonderful woman who at the time didn't have a diploma or know how to work a computer. Since completing the program, she has completed a master's degree and has spoken at various conferences on an international level. Her choice to do something different has changed not only her life, but her whole family's trajectory, as her mother and children have started and or completed degrees as well. My goal in life is to be a good mother to my 4 children, be seen as a woman of God, and have a positive and lasting impact on all that I encounter. As such, I feel strongly about economic development and academic enrichment in Black and African communities. I also believe that we as Black people will not receive the respect and equality that we seek until the land we originate from rises to a power status on the international business, economic, and political fronts. This is why I seek to invest in various countries in Africa to make us stronger as a whole. I know that this is a heavy and long-term endeavor, but I will approach it with the same way I do all obstacles in life. Soldiers don't give up, we re-strategize. When you see me, you see my resilience. You don't see my story or my struggle. I've accomplished a lot in life. As a single mother with lupus and other ailments and trials you cannot see, I'm just as much of a fighter as a nurturer, and I protect what I love. And I love my family and my people. I'm in this fight for the long haul. Again, I'm in this fight for the long haul and with good intentions. What I pride myself on most is my integrity and my tenacity, both of which I'll use to the fullest to have a positive impact on my community. This is why I have chosen to be a partner with Heal the Nation. Our goal is to educate, empower, and to invest in our community. And I hope you'll join us in our efforts to do so.